Monday was washing. That used to be the big washing on Monday. And if you could iron in the night, if it was dry enough, because it was all ringing in them days, you see. Oh, my mother did have a big old mangle that used to, you know, a big old mangle. She did have that, but it was a heavy old thing. But drying was very difficult, although we had a big, big line in the back, because we had a long garden, and if you could, my mother would iron on a Monday. But sometimes the things were not dry enough, and of course it'd have to be thrown over till Tuesday. Then Tuesday, there'd be some cleaning in the house, and a lot of shopping, because after the Friday shopping, things would be needed to buy again. You'd have to replenish the place, because you see there was no fridge or anything. You'd have to buy fresh stuff all the time, see. It was generally a good shopping again on the Tuesday. Then on Wednesday there'd be the bedrooms. Then on Thursday there'd be the whole cleaning, perhaps through the house, and perhaps a good bit of cooking. There'd be a lot of cooking, and windows would be polished on things like that. Then on Friday there'd be the special cleaning for the grates and the scrubbing of that back kitchen. And as I'm telling you, all those shelves had to be done, and all the tables had to be scrubbed, and not an half scrubbing, real. And the back had to be scrubbed. And the toilet, my mother used to scrub her toilet every day of her life, that outside toilet, every day. Rain, snow, thunder, or lightning, that toilet had to be scrubbed.
What year were you born and where?
May the 6th, 1918, here.
In this house?
Yes. My mother moved up here a fortnight before I was born. She gave her house up. She used to live in Bassett Street, that's parallel to the street. And my grandmother died, and my mother had a bachelor brother living here, so she gave her up a house to come up and look after him. So she brought all the tribe up here then.
So how many brothers and sisters?
Well, of course, then we were very poor, you see. My father was a stonemason, a jadder as they called it. He prepared the stone in Grigoresque for the stone masons that dressed the stone. And pieceworking, well, if you had bad weather, no money, and with all the family. So he joined up then when Kitchener said, I want you, and for the King's Shilling. And he joined up, and he joined the Fusiliers, that's right, the engineers. And he was out in France, I think, practically the whole time, digging trenches and whatnot. Terrible conditions. My mother used to try and tell us, my mother used to say, shut up, they don't hear that. She didn't like us hearing too much. Dreadful, I think. Anyway, he was discharged then in 1917, and I think he spent a year in Chepstow Hospital just by St Lawrence with being gassed and bronchitis and everything. And I think I must have been a weekend leave, because I was born then, you see, in the May, before the war finished in the November. So he called me Irene, which is, I don't know if you know the meaning of Irene, peace.
Times were so bad that they had to live keen, and there was no money about. Yeah. When a girl like my mother was working for a week in the tinworks for 6 shillings and handling weight and the heat of the tinwork, well, they lived very keen and frugal, more or less, didn't they?
Yes.
No luxury at all. What did they have in it?
What did they do? What are the girls doing in the tinworks?
Opening, several. If they're in the mills, they would open the plates. Mm. If they're in the tin house, you were putting before the machinery came more modern, putting the bran over the plates, nothing to catch. And everything like that was the girl's job, not the man. Anything what they considered a light job, that's a girl's job. Tending in the pickling, carrying plates, not so heavy as the mill plates.
No.
All the mill plates you could have it under. Well, you had to be there. Well, it was hard work for a woman.
Yes.
Well, do. They think you're insane now if you work like that, man. When you couldn't walk home, you were too tired to walk home because of the sweat you lost. Couldn't eat your food, couldn't sleep, too tired to sleep, too hungry to eat. It was hard work, man. Yes. Well, only donkeys would do it. A girl would think you were out of your mind. We did first a girl to do that. Now, man, that's good. Now it was degrading, wasn't it? To see women working that extent. But that's how it was.
A lot of the girls did it, though.
Oh, well, that was only work, yeah. My mother was in the tinworks. Mary Benjamin in the tin house. Auntie Maggie Chain in the tin house. That was the only work. Some were lucky to have a job in a shop or have a trade sewing. Otherwise, you had no. Well, you couldn't take him all. There wasn't enough shops in Morriston. If it was 50 shops were taking girls, that's what all it was. Do hard work. Men working, women working like men. Coming home, you can see them taking the shirts and dress off and squeezing the perspiration out of it like running out for tap. Well, if you saw girls working to that extent now.
What did you find to do at night then?
Well, we should not do much, as I said. We would go to band of open washing. But anyhow, we'd go out some nights, me and my sister. We were supposed to be always go out. We'd meet one another, we'd go out when we were kids, go out, right. And there used to be the swimming baths up there years ago. And they had dancing up there first. Oh, and me and my sister, we used to love, and of course it's on our way home, like, you know. We used to love, we wish we could go in, you know. We used to sit on the steps and watch because we knew we dare not go in. So, oh no, we'd say, wouldn't we like to go in? And my father used to say, yes, let me catch you in there. I'll come, I'll strap you in front of all of them. And we was too scared. But we'd sit on the step, and plus they'd open the door, and we'd have a peep to see these youngsters dancing in it.
Do you remember women working in the brickyard?
Yes, years ago.
Yeah. What sort of work did they do then?
Making bricks, girl.
Did they?
Yeah. And mine I was very small then, but I can remember, because I tell you what, I remember an old woman there, and she used to smoke a clay pipe.
Yeah.
And that always stuck in my mind. That was funny. Yeah. Oh yes, women. No, nothing but women to work in the brickyard, as they call the brickyard, making bricks. Yes, married women, oh aye.
So not all women stayed in the house?
No, not
once they got married?
Not all, I mean some, perhaps they, of course you see some used to like a little drink, you know. I know they used to do that, because I know there was one poor soul, she used to live up here, harmless enough, poor soul. But I've seen her going through, having a little drink, you know, and she was smoking a pipe, that one was too, living in the terrace.
She was in service when she met my father. She was in service with a Dr. Morgan on the High Street, and it was from him that she knew so much about how to do different ointments and medicines. I remember my mother saying that typhoid fever was at one time very bad in the valley. She lost 2 brothers with typhoid, and when she was still in service with Dr. Morgan, she went up home, and that was in 37 St Enith Street, and she nursed the rest of the family. But one thing she used to do was to stand in the centre, and she used to burn sulphur rock. And sulphur rock was supposed to have, and she never had typhoid, so it must have worked. So I think that's where the old remedies of of all these plasters and wonderful ointments, and the wonderful nurse that she was, and the wonderful cook too, to feed us all.
But when she was married, she didn't go out to work.
Oh, she didn't have a chance, not with 10 children. One of them, I mean to say, I think with my eldest brother and my second brother, I think she must have had 2 in about 18 months. I don't think there was very much between them, between Arthur and Evan. Oh no, I don't think she would. She had enough work to do in the house.
So when your parents married, how many children did they have?
6.
What were they?
Three girls, that's right, 3 girls and 3 boys.
And then did your mother work afterwards?
My mother was only 46. Well, no, she couldn't really go to work because, I mean, there was 6 of us. And women didn't go to work those days.
But did she take work in?
Yeah, she used to do a bit of washing or scrub if somebody would move in house. She'd scrub for them, scrub the house before they moved in. But otherwise...
just pick up occasional work like
menial
that?
jobs for about 1 and 6. Well, she used to, before she got married, she used to scrub in a boarding house, a bit of tell me, and she used to have 1 and 6 for that, and it's a great, I can remember the house, because it was not long demolished, and that was a 3-storey house, and she used to scrub the bedrooms out. She'd have 3, 1 and 6.
Now, born 1908, the 13th of January, one of 12 children, living up in the valleys, Treorchy, a miner's daughter, and left school at 11 because I had a sister that was, I think she had meningitis, and she was dying, and they were downstairs, no hospitals to take him, and there was one younger, so I had to look after the baby, so I didn't go any more school. And then the housing conditions were shocking. The floods used to come in periodically from the river at the back, the Taff-filled river, and we had to put planks up, but we were upstairs, up in the bedrooms, and then you would come down, and one day I was cleaning the pantry, and a rat went right over from the river. It was terrible. The hygiene was dreadful. When we survived. The toilet was down the bottom of the garden, no bathroom, and then they used to have a tub in the kitchen, and that's where they used to bath, and all those children in and out. Oh, it was very primitive.